So first of all, though, I'm going to start off with a shameless plug for Sojern. For those of you in the room who don't know who we are and what we do, we're a travel data marketing company. We've been in the business of travel and digital for the last 15 years. And we help hoteliers drive demand, convert customers, and build loyalty through full funnel, multi-channel advertising approach. So in my session today, I'm going to cover off two topics. One, preparing for a cookieless world with an emphasis on first-party data. And two, the benefits of co-op marketing for hotels. So not to scare everyone in the room, but there's a digital advertising revolution on the horizon. So what is this revolution, you may ask? And it's all to do with Google phasing out the third-party cookie. So let me first explain what a cookie is. It's a piece of code that sits on a website that collects anonymous data about users, and it's used to target, report, and track online ads. It's the basic ingredient in a lot of digital marketing. So you may ask, if a cookie is so important, why is it going away? And it's down to three words. It's privacy, consent, and control. So if you look at what a cookie does, it's actually suboptimal in the way that people don't really know when their data is being collected, what it's been used for, and who they're giving permission to market to. So naturally, users don't like that, and neither do we. So Google's made the decision to phase out the third-party cookie, starting probably in H2 2024. It's not the first browser to do this. Safari's already done it. Firefox have already done it. But with Google controlling 60+% market share, it's going to be quite a big thing when that happens. So what we've been doing as a business with other industry leaders over the last couple of years is strategizing on how we can set our hotel businesses up for success when the cookie goes away, right? And a lot of that is around using first-party data. So here's just some strategies on how we believe hoteliers and other travel businesses can set themselves up for success in the future of digital advertising. We still believe multi-channel is going to be super important. As well as personalization, but now it's personalization with permission, right? So three ways you can potentially look at doing this. One is opt-in audiences. Second one, durable channels. And the third one, durable tactics. So if you look at opt-in audiences, these are people, customers who are already given you consent to use their data. So that could be through a loyalty program. That could be through online or offline booking data. And then you can still use this data if you hash those emails, is the industry term, to still be able to reach people programmatically through display and social. The second option is durable channels. So channels you're probably already using, right? So search and meta search. Good news is those channels don't get affected by the phasing out of Google's third-party cookie. And the third one is durable tactics. So things like contextual advertising. So for those of you who have been in digital marketing as long as I have, you probably remember the day where you're buying ads on specific websites, right? Whether that be a travel website containing display ads or video. So there'll probably be a little bit of that, and publishers gain some more power back from the historical walled gardens of Google and Facebook. But then there'll also be things like Privacy Sandbox and other initiatives that the industry is working on. So that's what we think about the sunsetting of the third-party cookie. But we thought it would be a good idea to survey and ask some questions to our hoteliers on how they're using first-party data today, basically their online and offline data they have about their guests, to attract new guests, but then also to drive more revenue from existing guests. So I will just ask a Menti question to the audience just to get a feel of how they are currently using first-party data for their digital marketing efforts. I think. Are you ready to put the question out? Yeah. Cool. So question is, are you currently using first-party data in your digital marketing strategy? So if you wouldn't mind just commenting yes, no, or I'm not sure, and then I can go into some of the results of the survey that we did globally. I'll give it a few more seconds. Cool. All right. So encouraging news that there are still a lot of people who are using first-party data as part of their digital marketing strategy at the moment. So that's super exciting. But there's still a few that aren't sure or aren't using it, right? So still need a bit of education or guidance on how best to use it. So as we go now into the results of the survey, you can see it was made up of different types of companies, right? So you can see on the left-hand side the type of companies we sent the survey out to, and then on the right-hand side, the size of the portfolio of these hotels. So I think in total it was a limited survey, so we had about 100 respondents, but it was made up of a mix of some regional here in Middle East and Africa, but as well as other regions across the globe. And the good news is, similar to what we saw in the survey here, is that over 60% of people are using first-party data already in their digital marketing efforts. But then that means there's 40% of people who still aren't. Good news is, though, of that 40% who aren't, about 3/4 of them have got something in the pipeline for next year or 2024 to start building a strategy around their first-party data. Nearly 90% of users think that using first-party is very important in their digital marketing efforts. And common reasons for people using first-party data in their digital marketing efforts is top-of-the-funnel advertising, lookalike prospecting, right? So that's quite a mouthful, but that means essentially new customers who look like your existing customers, right, and trying to get them to book for your hotel. But then it's also upselling campaigns, so if you know somebody is coming to a hotel, has already made a booking, can you offer them an upgrade on their rooms? Can you send them offers around F&B and spa, etc.? And then also re-engaging with previous guests, right, to try and get them to come back to your hotel and make a booking. Other interesting takeout from the survey was that most people still don't believe the first-party data creates any significant risk, so that's encouraging. And if we dug deeper into the results, we definitely saw that more senior people, VP, director level, saw less risk in using first-party data. So the main reasons people are using first-party data is 1, maximizing campaign performance, 2, building stronger guest relationships, and 3, to maximize overall revenue growth. And just finishing up, I think a key takeout is that first-party data presents an opportunity to build stronger relationships. This is done through a deeper understanding of your guests, and it's also why 2/3 of respondents activate it and use it, because it works really well. And it's also a great tool to find new guests. So that was just a quick snapshot of the survey. We are hosting a MIA webinar on the topic, which will be on the 30th of November. You can sign on through our website. Alternatively, you can speak to myself or my colleague Sver later on, and we'll make sure you receive an invite for that. So just touching on my second topic, and just run through this pretty quickly. So some of you may be aware of what co-op marketing is. But it's essentially when there's a partnership between a DMO or a hotel or attraction within a specific destination. And either the tourist board can fully fund the activity, or it's joint funded, right, to increase the reach, increase your exposure, and increase the availability of your full funnel advertising, as well as taking advantage of some integrated reporting. So it's a win-win for both parties. It's a win for the hotels because they can take advantage of all the great work the tourist board is doing to promote the destination. But on the flip side of that, it's also good for the tourist board, so they can get access into the bookings being made off the back of the tourist board activity, whether that be in a hotel or attraction. So I don't know if I can mention the name of the tourist board on here, because we're being sponsored by a different tourist board. But you can see this is a campaign we ran for 13 hotels across 64 properties in H1 this year. The hotel partners were selected on a number of criteria, whether they were, or we thought we were able to drive a significant amount of bookings and uplift to the specific destination, and then whether they were compatible with Sojern, right? So whether they could place pixels, how their website UX was, if they could supply creative assets, etc. So overall, giveaway here on who it was. Results were positive though. We drove over 7,000 room nights, reached nearly 4 million people, and had an ROI of 1.7. And most encouragingly of all, the partner satisfaction survey, right? So 84% of people responded, 100% said they were very happy with the outcome, 100% saw a positive impact, and 100% of people said they would participate again. So if you're not already speaking to your DMO or tourist board in your destination, I'd encourage you to do so. It's a great way to really drive your full funnel advertising. So that is it for me. I'll now pass on to Gemma, who will introduce our great panelists, and we'll kick off with a panel shortly.